All right, good evening, folks. Getting started a little bit, a few minutes later than usual tonight, but gonna do some Volkov trolling, put the new Model 1 that we got on stream last night to use, and work on saving up for a bolo rod that's gonna be about 500 silver. And so we're gonna need about 320 or so silver to get there. Hopefully we'll have some good action today and be able to make it. Without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get on the water and get to trolling. Since it's raining, I'm actually going to go down the shallower parts to look for some pike, since they tend to do really well when it's raining here. And go ahead and put the keep to whites and oranges out here, since the blue has not been performing well. Get these all in the water. Let's see. I don't have the right rod equipped. Let me fix that. Actually, I need to swap these around and pull this one back in. This is the one I need to hold so that it's since it's my weakest one, I want to make sure that I'm able to have full control over the weakest one. So we'll move that down to number 3. And we'll put the new Model 1 on slot 1. There we go. Go ahead and set a clip on this. All right, now we got everything in the water. That didn't cast well. That's odd. Try that again. There we go. That's a little unusual. I'm gonna have to check and see if there's something up with this rod. Nope. Just acting weird. All right then. Go ahead. Do we already have something on that line? Nope. Maybe so. Need to get used to the new Model 1's bend while I'm out here trolling. It's my first time using it. Grab a key. Alright, first fish of the night is going to be an unimpressive perch. Okay. Alright, so with that said, hopefully this rain will bring the pike out as I get down towards the deeper holes. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. And rainy here where I'm at, so the weather's not off to a great start to the week, but that's all right. So far, not a lot of, or really no pike yet, which is unusual. Guess it's still fairly early though. Not off to the best start, but last night was an amazing bite rate for salmon out here, so can't imagine today will be quite as good. Plus it's a new week, so fish habits have changed and everything. Which actually, on that note, because it is a new week, I will actually go ahead and swap one of these to a blue snatcher just in case. Go. Belmore's acting. Nope, just dragging the bottom, I guess. Well, if we don't get any action by the time we get to the 10 hole, I will do a sweep around and come into the island areas. See if the old faithful spot is kicking today. Usually around 8 a.m. is when I start seeing some hits out here, but we shall see. I guess apparently the servers will be going down for maintenance later tonight. Interested to see if it's just going to be usual server maintenance or if they're going to sneak in a patch with some new fish or tackle or anything. Ooh, that's still hot. Got some sugar cookie tea tonight. A little seasonal blend. Bring that every now and then. All right, that Belmore rod feels like something's up with it. Shouldn't be getting dragged like that all the way out here in the deeper section. So I'm gonna recast it. I feel like, I don't know if the animation's off or something, but like, I feel like the my rod is, the animation cast for the casting's a little off tonight. Alright, so no luck in the pike area, which was unexpected. Moving on around towards the islands. Hopefully, something will hit soon. Pretty bad that we've gotten this far, and all we've gotten is a small perch. Looks like we have something on line 2 finally. And small, whatever it is, probably another perch. I don't know, it's actually a, looks like a pike. Small one, but finally got a pike for the night. You can have the luck with salmon we were having last night. That would be great. Have no issue getting to the money I need for the bolo rod at that point. Alright, see if anything's picking up in the little hole down here by the train bridge. So far, very slow though. Got a cat fussing in the background too. You want to know what lake's been hot today with the new week starting? Because Volkov does not seem to be. This is a very, very sad start to the Volkov trolling here. Halfway around the map and all we've caught is one perch and one pike. It's bad. Hopefully the islands will do a little bit better. If not, may switch gears over to Quarry Lake or something. There we go. What do we have on here? Another small pike. A little over 2 kilo. The rain has stopped, so that's going to affect the bite rate, no doubt. If anything picks up in this little hole down here. I don't really know what the depth of this one is. It's kind of annoying that some of the random holes like this, they don't give you a indication of what the depth is. The islands are this slow, though. It's going to be a pretty pointless night here. I think we got something online too. It's another small pike. Yep, less than a kilo. Sometimes I pick up some salmon out in the 6.5 meter hole over here, so maybe that'll be the case tonight. All it takes is a few salmon to turn a bad day into a good one. So far, this has just been a pitiful bite rate, though. 3/4 of the way around the map and 4 fish to show for it. Terrible. But that's how it is sometimes here at Volkov. You get a good day, you get a bad day. Alright, almost to the 6.5 meter hole here. Alright, come on out, salmon. It's the right time of the day now. Need something to show for the trip out here. I'll check the weeklies and see. So salmon are on all blue. Oh, this is weekly. Atlantic salmon. What do we got? What do we got? Minnows out there. Oh, good. Red and white minnows there. So perhaps the issue is not you. Maybe I need to try a minnow for this week. Try swapping over to one, see if we get anything on that. Got a red balsam minnow to try. See if that has any better luck than the snatchers have had so far, which is pretty much none. Nope, just had a snag on the bottom there or something. Okay, nope, still no fish on. Terrible bite rate today. Might have one, let me see. Nope, just dragging the bottom. Get close to the bridge. I'll have to reel this line in so I can line the boat up to get through the one spot under the bridge I can go through, and hopefully those islands will have a better bite rate than the rest of the map has, because this is just terrible. Almost an entire lap of the map, and got probably a silver and a half in fish. Bad night. Hope everyone else's fishing is going better than I am having at Volkov right now. Something on here, nothing big, probably another small pike. Yep. Under a kilo. Control this a little bit closer to the bridge and then switch my focus to getting through the bridge. I don't start getting some bites over there between the islands. I think they can call Volkov dead for the day. Alright, let me get lined up to get under the bridge here. Right about there should do it. compensate for the drift. The current around here pushes you towards the fort, so keep nudging it over. Should be just about right. 5 fish all the way around the lake. This is terrible. As soon as I get through the bridge, I'll get my third line back up. Oh, got a fish on. Another small pike, a little over a kilo. All right, time to slip through here. There we go. And get this line back on the water as soon as I clear the bridge. Alright, so here's to hoping that the islands have a little better bite rate than the rest of the map has. It was a very good bite rate yesterday. There was a lot of salmon out here. Made about 350 silver an hour, which is pretty good for Volkov. Alright, now is where we should be able to see if this is going to be a dead trip or not. With nothing sitting here between the islands, Volkov is asleep. Go ahead and pull this in and put a snacker back out just in case. So far, this is not looking good, though. Looks like I got something on line too. There, here we go. Now some fish are waking up. We can actually make some profit now. .2 kilo pike. And a really tiny pike. At least the bite rate seems to be okay over here. Be nice if the pike were a little bit bigger, though. I'll do a couple circles out here, see how it does. Hey. I have something decent on line too. I have something decent on both of them here. Alright, here we've got another 2 kilo pike. Lighten up the alpha here. Alright, so this is probably a decent Atlantic salmon, which is good. All it takes is one good Atlantic salmon and the trip is paid for. Alright, let's get this thing to the top of the water. Second wind to it. Almost got it in here. I'd guess this is probably about a 6 to 7 kilo Atlantic salmon is going to be my guess. Anyways, hanging to the bottom of the water here, it's definitely got a little bit of chunkiness to it. We can get it to be at least a 6 kilo Atlantic salmon. That's at least 50 silver. Oh yeah, it's an Atlantic for sure. Just get it up to the boat here. So luckily, this one salmon should make up for the entire trip being terrible so far. Sounds like we've got a big one on the other line now as well. Grab some tea, recover some energy. Alright, yeah, definitely got something decent on the other line now also, so... Now the day's gone from completely fruitless to actually should be pretty good. Just get this one in. It's just about there. Oh yeah, 8.5 kilo Atlantic salmon. That is a good start right there. That's going to be worth over 50 silver. Now let's see what we've got on this line, which considering this is on the HSV and the Model 1, it's giving it this much of a flex. It should be another fairly decent one as well. Oh, fish got away. That sucks. That was probably at least a 6 kilo salmon. That's too bad. At least we know they're hitting out here right now. Go and switch this to a white snatcher since the white and orange are both doing pretty well right now. And hopefully we can pick up a couple more of those big boys. Got something small on here. Tiny, tiny pike. Started to sound like we had something on there again. the Model 1 is not suitable for trolling or something, because that's odd for it to be basically 2 fish got away in a row. So let's look for a couple more salmon on here before nightfall comes. Something on line 2. Nothing particularly big, probably another little small pike. Yep. Okay, we've got something on line 1 again. Hopefully comparable to the one that got away. Doesn't sound like it though. No. Just gonna be another small pike, I guess. Yep. At least the bite rate's doing okay. And another small pike. Alright, start circling back around here. Another one just kind of acted like it got on and let go. Seems to be happening a lot tonight, which is very unusual. I wonder if my lures are in need of replacement from wear and tear or something. Another small pike. Back in between the islands here. Got something on line 1 and my hand line. Almost 2 kilo pike. And a little over 2 kilo. Hopefully we get some more salmon on here. Sun will be setting soon though. Cucumber action. got something on line 2 again. Gonna get the ship righted before I reel it in. Hey, Furious. Yeah, snuck on a little bit ago. It's a little bit slower than it was last time to Volkov, but it hasn't been terrible. Weirdly, I've been having some a lot of fish got away issues. I've had 1 full fish got away and 2 false bites, which is unusual. Yeah. Yeah, so as far as I know, the regular shovel is what you use for the Nightcrawler, and the points for those are shared. So basically, you have the you put 3 points into any of them for the shovel and 3 points into any of them for the bait scoop, and that gives you the maximum chance for everything they can catch. I don't have the Nightcrawler unlocked, so I'm not sure if it is the scoop or the shovel, but I would assume because the other worms are shoveled that it is as well. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with the fish got away. I had one that was probably a pretty decent one because it was putting the new Model 1 HSV setup. It was grinding it quite a bit. Asp, so. Do you have any points invested, or are you still just no points into the shovel? You know, like the mayfly larva with the bait scoop. I've got 3 points invested, and that's still like 1 in probably 3 or 4 scoops actually gets me any mayfly. So imagine as it gets higher, it's rarer and rarer. Yeah, it might be worth putting that extra point in, especially if you plan on going all the way with bait harvesting, where you can get those like Hercules beetles and everything, since those are really good. Having the max chance to pull those isn't bad for 3 points of skill. I think so, because like a lot of the stuff down here is otherwise only available with gold, and some of them are really good baits for certain fish. Like I know the Hercules beetle I've seen is really popular with some of the bigger fishies. 2.5 kilo pike. Only gotten 1 salmon so far. I'm pretty sure the 1 full fish got away was a salmon, but at least the salmon I got was an 8.5 kilo. So it should make up for the rest of the stuff I've caught being pretty so-so. I'm trying to figure out what's been going on with the fish got away, because like I said, that one was a full fish away, and I've had 2 instances where something bit and started grinding and then immediately got off of there, so don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm wondering if I fished it all off last night. I did start by going, because it was raining initially, I went my route all the way down and around, and there was basically nothing on the outer areas, so anything but between the islands seems like a waste of time right now. I'm wondering if I know they've got server maintenance coming up tonight. I wonder if it's just going to be typical server maintenance, or if it's going to be a sneaky patch to introduce some more fish species in Norway or something. You learn how the whole fish out works. You got like a timer or something on it. Oh yeah, tonight's tea is a sugar cookie tea. See if I can get it up on the camera here. Somewhere in there. Yeah, sugar cookie. The milk thistle and barley tea with citrus and vanilla bean. Okay, so it's only like a 30-minute timeout. That's not too bad. I was assuming it'd be like, if you fished it out, it's going to be dead for a few days type of deal. 30 minutes is just I'm going to go eat a sandwich and I'll be back situation. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's got like a little bit of sweetness to it. It tastes kind of like I mean like a shortbread cookie more than a sugar cookie, really. One of the seasonal blends that Celestial Brands makes every now and then. Got something on the HSB here. How's your fishing tonight? Still out at Oldberg? These tiny pike. What happened to when Volkov used to regularly give me 2 to 5 kilo pike? Nice. Always good to see the carp hitting out there. Yeah, it's a shame I lost that fish got away winner because with it giving the HSV so much hassle, it was probably another 8 kilo Atlantic, which that would have given me half the money I needed right there between the 2 salmon I caught to get the bolo rod. Because I think I'm going to go with the linear, so about 500 silver, so I need a little over about 320 silver or so. But tonight has certainly not been as fruitful as last night was. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. I may go out there with just one bolo and do like the bolo, the telescopic, and a feeder rod just so I can kind of try everything and not have to grind out a second bolo setup, and B, just get a better idea of what I need for the body of water. Another pike. Yeah, so at least it's over a kilo. Need those salmon to wake up again. Get that luck we were having last night out here and make all the silver. And I figure I'll probably, once I get that bolo set up, I'll probably start with, I guess, Seversky and see what it's all about, and move on to Sura after I get the second bolo set up. Yeah, it is the shovel. Very nice. I hope it's, with 3 points, hopefully it's a little more regular. What I don't like is that the points don't seem to affect the quantity you get with the rarer stuff. Because I know, like, base worms, if you have 3 points in there, you can pull out, like, 12 worms at a time. But even with 3 points in with, like, say, mayfly larva and algae, I still only get, like, maybe 1 to 3 pieces. So it definitely still makes that bait fairly rare. And that energy cost can be brutal. Got another small pike on here, I bet. Yep. Almost 1.5 kilo. Yeah, it's like one of those things where, although at least with feeder fishing, if you need to recover your energy, you can kind of wait to pick the line up because generally the fish aren't going to let go. But with float fishing, you really can. Like, as soon as something's on there, you got to hop on it right away. So it's a I have a catch-22. I think so. I've seen videos from a couple years ago, and it seemed like originally you could sort of spam use the shovel while your energy was going down and didn't like just immediately drain the energy. I feel like either that should still be the case, or it just needs to maybe make it so that for each point you put in addition to the percent chance game, it could give you a like reduced energy cost for it or something. Yeah, I mean, you can send them to people, but that's about all you can do. It would be nice if you could sell them. I also hope that they add more options for bait harvesting, like fish traps and stuff like that. So instead of having to actually catch your bait fish, you could use a like a fish basket in the same way you use a shovel and everything, and try and catch some small bait fish to use that way. 23, yeah, that's the thing. Those regular worms, you can get a bunch of them in a single scoop. It's a shame that it seems like it scales with the number of points you get, unlike the other stuff, which just seems to be the chance of it happening. Yeah, I'm interested to see if there is any sort of patch tonight with the server maintenance, or if it's just generic server downtime. So far, though, yeah, this is not a great turnout for Volkov. I mean, that one salmon I've got is pretty much all I'm going to get out of this. I guess this pike may be worth a few silver, but it's probably going to be like a 50 silver salmon, and everything else is worth like 8 silver total. Not a good turnout. But hey, we had such a good turnout last night. I guess it is what it is. Win some, lose some. Looks like line one's got a fish on. Another small pike, I'm guessing. Yep, that's Volk. One day good, one day bad. Get in here. Another less than a half kilo. Usually I don't add anything unless I've got like a sore throat or something. I'll add some honey to it. But otherwise I just drink it straight. Yep, healthier, and I like the raw taste of the tea. When I was younger, I used to add sugar to it, but I mean, when you're a kid, you add sugar to everything, I suppose. It's turned around here. Yeah, if I got a sore throat or something, I'll use honey. Or there's actually a throat coat tea that's got like black licorice, elderberry, and some other stuff in it that is not the most tasty tea. It's kind of disgusting, but it definitely works. It will absolutely soothe your throat for a while. Or if I'm getting ready to do back when I was doing a lot of vocal performances, I would do that before a performance to keep my throat nice and safe. Definitely don't recommend those throat coat teas if you're ever in the case of having a sore throat. Here we go. Might have something decent here. The other thing I like with right now it's a little too hot and humid for them, but I do like a good dark chocolate based hot chocolate. All right, this thing's giving me a weird bite. It looks like a decent pike. Here we go. Almost 5 kilo. All right, that's more like it. Yeah, dark chocolate, hot chocolate is super nice. Yeah, that should be about probably a 20 silver pike. Hey, here we go. Got another thing on line one. All right, will this make up for the fish that got away? Okay, looks like another Atlantic. 4 point, hey, a spin fishing cane. Yeah, it's not as good as the ones we were getting last night, but should still be about a 20, 30 silver fish. Nighttime coming along here. Do I still have a rod set up for burbot fishing while it's nighttime? Looks like I do. Might do that. Yeah, it's been. It seems like it's been a little bit quieter each week. I don't know. I think it's just the both a combination of summer, everybody's doing their summer break type of things, and I think the newness of Norway has worn off. So a lot of people that were around hardcore into that are back to trying some other things in between content updates. Another small pike. I saw like there was like maybe once every 30 minutes I see someone in chat say something. Yep. I know Diablo 4's got a lot of people going. There'll be the new Final Fantasy comes out like next week, I think. Yeah, it seems like Fisher Online must have done some content update or something, because I've noticed a lot of people playing that lately. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and go over here to put a bottom feeder line out for Burbot while it's night. Yeah, I've never tried Fisher Online either. It looked so similar to Fishing Planet that just never had any inkling to give it a shot. I do at some point want to try. I have it installed, just haven't ever played it as the Call of the Wild, the Angler. At some point I'll give it a shot. Get over here to the Burbot spot. And I'll just do some light trolling while I wait in here for the bells to go off on this. I know right now there's a weird place in Twitch as overall, and not really. From what I've seen, I haven't caught any particularly large burbot, but so they're not great on money. There's a chance of getting, because eel bite on the same. Okay, what's going on here? Give me a spot where I can get on. If I'm lucky, eel and burbot kind of share the same zones and both go after the pieces of fish. So if I can get an eel, those are good money. But the burbot themselves, I feel like I'm getting trolled here. It flashes up for me to get off the boat and then goes away. Yeah, eel, unfortunately, like those rare species fish, like I don't know if there's really a lot you can do to really target them. It's just kind of like, oh, they share, like something like black carp and grass carp. You're going to be targeting grass carp, but you might get a black carp while you're doing it. And same with like eel, you target burbot, and you might get lucky and get an eel while you're doing it, but there's no way that I know to like specifically target them. Do a clip of 9. Yeah, the burbot, not very profitable, but with trolling at Volkov, pretty much nothing. I find that around 4 to 6 is a good size for burbot. What I have on here right now, I have an 8 on here, so it's actually a little bit small, but I'd rather catch a higher rate of them and not go for a large one than anything. I figure since trolling is pretty much pointless out here, if I can get a couple, it's better than nothing. Hey there, Spyware. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Doing a little bit of light trolling out here with while it's nighttime. I've got one line out for burbot. It's not been a particularly fruitful day at Volkov. Yeah, but hopefully I can get some eel on there. I mean, it can be eel or burbot, but figure while it's nighttime and trolling doesn't do much for me, I can have one line out for that, and I'll pick it up and go back to 3 lines for trolling once the sun comes out. German top list golden carp. Let me take a look at that. see, Germany. Is that for the weekly or absolute? Golden. See, it's gonna be weekly. Okay. I think it's a little bit different in English here. So we got golden tench, you mean, or we got the golden tench here, or is it a different carp that golden carp? Red one. Oh, okay, that's what is that? Starvas? There's that one, or there's the mirror carp one. There's a few red one that I can think of off the top of my head. Starvas? Okay. Papa Bear, that you, or 24 points. Big carp though. That was a heck of a fight. Very nice. Congrats there. I know GTET just recently got the US record on I guess it's probably a weekly for Baltic sturgeon. It was a 5-hour fight. Let's see if it's showing up on here. Yeah. It's 143 kilo sturgeon he got on an HSV. 5-hour fight right there. He's got 4 of the top 5 for the week. He's been going out there pretty hardcore. Yeah, congrats on that mirror carp. Turn around and start heading back towards the feeder line, see if it's picked up anything. Waiting for Furious to get the record black carp out there on Oldberg. Yeah, try and drink a vodka. Nah, nope. Got some sugar cookie tea here tonight. It's a milk thistle and barley based tea with orange peel and vanilla bean. Pretty tasty. All right, hopefully you got a burbot on there. Ah, okay, we got a little bit of a little bit. All right. Get that. I'll give it a little chug here. The Tungus vodka. All right, so it'd be cool if they added a like a blur effect or something to the screen while you're under the effects of them. It'd be kind of entertaining. All right, I don't hear the bells ringing. It looks like, yep, something's on there. Why the bell is not ringing from that? That's a question for the elders. Oh, about to have an ad break here. Thing in, so just there to eliminate pre-roll ads. I'll still be hanging around once the ads are over though. It's so hard to like get this thing to line up to where it lets you on the shore, I swear. Yeah. Alright, let's hope for an eel. Nope. Almost 2 kilo burbot though. Not too shabby. I think I'm gonna keep this line out until it's like 6 a.m. because that's when the trolling starts to be more effective in my experience. Alright, back on the water. Maybe we'll get an early morning salmon out of this, but usually it seems to be around 8 to 10 when stuff starts hitting. Not really sure. Oh, I bet I know. I don't think I have a, I actually don't think I have a bite alarm on that pole. That's why we weren't hearing any bells. Guess I should have thought to check that. All right. Wake up, salmon. Sun's coming up. Got some nice snatchers to latch onto. At the nighttime dead zone out here is so good. I look forward to when I have enough decent reels to where I can just swap over to 3 feeder rods at nighttime here and not have to shuffle any reels around. Start getting towards the end of the 8-meter hole, and I'll turn around and head back for the feeder line, and then get a third line back out patrolling again. Right, here we go. All right, so hopefully we got another burbot or eel on the line over there, and then I can go ahead and pull that in and switch back to having 3 lines out patrolling here. And get one more good salmon, it'll be worth it. At least we got the 8.5 kilo salmon though. That should be, between these 2 salmon, at least it's not a total loss for the night. But so far it's been pretty small pike and not a lot else. Slowly making the way over there. Yeah, I think that it may have only been like 480, so may only need pretty much exactly 300 silver to get that bolo rod. But once I do, I guess I'll need to get that, and then I guess save about 100 silver just for the travel and map and bait needs once I get there. And doesn't look like there's anything on the feeder rod, unfortunately. Nope. All right, back to trolling. Yeah. So Fierce, you know, I'm wondering if those fish got away issues are from the wear and tear on these lures, because I haven't. They're still the same lures I've been using for a while out here, so it's possible that there's enough wear on them that maybe it's affecting the chance of the fish got away or false bites. It's the only thing I can think of that would be causing that issue to suddenly pop up out of nowhere. All right, sun is up. Now we just need the fish to bite. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they don't have a ton of wear on them, but they are, like this one, they're over 10%. So I don't know the mechanics of the effects of wear on lures, but if I had to guess, it'd be that, or maybe the hooks that are on them. Those have their own wear, I wonder. There's not really a way to tell from here. Is there? If I scroll down, does that show? Okay, there's, okay, so the hooks are all completely unworn. So maybe it is the lures themselves. Maybe I need to think about replacing those in the future. Which stinks because they are kind of expensive lures. I think they're like 45 silvers a piece. Yeah, I assume that wear has some sort of effect on them, but as with you, it's beyond me. It's only conjecture at this point. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk lately about people going to that newer streaming platform Kick. That I guess it's. I looked into it today, and I don't know about that one because I was wondering if it's something I consider doing some simulcast streaming to or something. But like its business model is already questionable to me. Its founder is a guy that does like a crypto casino, and he's throwing literally hundreds of millions of dollars trying to sign some big Twitch streamers. He's got a couple of them, including Amaranth. But looking at their model, like it seems better for big streamers that already have an audience because it's got a better revenue split than Stream or Twitch. But to actually get to where you can make revenue on there, like it's pretty much impossible to do with for a small streamer there, and it's just right now it definitely doesn't have the viewership, but they don't have any ads or anything. And the biggest thing is not having like the Twitch Prime subscription option, which is kind of like the only way for a new or small streamer to get subs. And that's where the handful of subs I have on here, as grateful as I am, they come from Amazon Prime subs. So, yeah, Amaranth, I would agree. Absolutely a bit of a hot mess over there, but I guess her and then a guy named KC QXE or something, they signed to multi-year contracts to come over to Kick, and it was just obscene amounts of money. I don't know what the numbers for hers is, but XQC's was I think a 3-year contract for 70 million with incentives up to $100 million. Great publicity and marketing stunt to get people to come to the platform. But even with all the news they've got, I hopped over there to see what kind of viewership there is, and there's even like Diablo 4, which right now has like over 100,000 viewers on Twitch regularly, is only getting around 4,000 or 5,000 views over there. So it does not have the viewership right now. 4 Nightcrawlers, 1 scoop. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Russian Fishing over there had 1 streamer with 4 viewers, which, I mean, granted, it's not a hugely popular game on Twitch here, but I mean, it can get around, on peak times, I've seen it near 400, but usually it's around 100 to 150 viewers. But you know, with those 2 new streamers there, with those $100 million deals, essentially, they were also only at like 4,000 to 5,000 viewers. And since there's no ads on the platform currently, I just, I don't know. I was considering it just because, like, if it seems like a platform that can actually take off, getting there in its infancy would be a good idea. But it's set up almost identical to Twitch. So with that being the case, I just don't see people making the move from Twitch right now. Yeah, like I know M-Dog and a couple others, they can, M-Dog especially gets around 60 viewers when he's live. So we've got a little chub on here. Yep. But yeah, and so that's like the change. Luckily, because another question I have about that platform is that it's so identical to Twitch that I almost wonder if Twitch has grounds for a lawsuit. But yeah, like people are not super open to change if that change isn't like bringing something new enough to the table, and on top of that, like I don't see how a small streamer has a chance there, because its path to become an affiliate in the first place is actually harder than Twitch's is. It's got their path to affiliate is essentially the same requirements as becoming a partner on here on Twitch, which is not easy. And because you don't get ads at that point, you're absolutely relying on people to either donate or give you a full subscription. Whereas here on Twitch, people that already have Amazon Prime can subscribe to a channel for free. So that, you know, that's a big way for small streamers to get off the ground on Twitch. So unfortunately, I just I gave it some consideration, but I don't think it's ready for a change. Where something like, say, Rumble, that's an up and coming competitor to YouTube, I think brings enough different features compared to YouTube. In addition, like, while not in my line of videos, I know like there's a lot of political side of things that attract people to Rumble over YouTube, but Rumble's got a lot more community features that YouTube doesn't have. So I can see why people are making the jump there, but it's still like a difficult transition. But I'll keep my eye on Kick in any case. If it seems like this publicity takes off, then I might consider doing some separate streams on there or something on the side, see how it goes. Because it is, if it does look like it's going to be successful, it would be good to get in there on that ground floor where it's not a saturated market and you have a chance to reach viewers you might not be able to reach when it blows up, kind of like YouTube now. If you're not already an established personality, you can't really find an audience on YouTube. Whereas like that's something I love about here on Twitch, because they do a good job with the categories. You know, someone can hop on there, especially something like here on Russian Fishing. There's few enough people streaming the game that if you hop on there and start a stream, you're going to get some viewers, which is, I think, a great way to handle the platform and discovery. Nope, got something on line 1. Finally, the fish are waking up. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a huge. It's weird. A lot of people like the big streamers don't like think that that Twitch is a bad platform for discovery, and I completely disagree with that. Like it's so much better for discovery for a small streamer than, in my opinion, any of the other platforms out there. You have something like YouTube where I don't even know. YouTube's so weird where you can have all of your keyword tags and the exact video title, and you can search for all of that and still not find your video. So it's the algorithm in YouTube is so busted that like there's just no way to get discovery on there. But yeah, that's just my update since in case anybody's been reading up on this new Kick platform with all the news between the Amaranth and XQC going over there. Yeah, that's exactly like if I try to find stuff on YouTube from a small channel, it's just not going to show up. Just you have to scroll through hundreds of promoted videos to have a chance of seeing it. Now I've heard that YouTube Shorts is a little bit easier to find an audience for. I guess that's probably in part due to the success of TikTok, but another little pike. Yeah, for like live streaming stuff for YouTube, I don't know how you come across that without like already being subscribed to the channel. And another pike. Come on, where's the salmon at? Get some good salmon out here. Yeah, because I guess part of the reason Kick is also drawing some of those big streamers is that they, which I can't discredit them. I mean, it's their full-time jobs and their way of making ends meet. But they were unhappy with some of the recently announced changes to revenue splits from Twitch. So and with them the kind of money they make that, and with this being their full-time job, I certainly understand being frustrated if Twitch goes from like a 70-30 split for you to a 50-50. But yeah, like I mean, I guess you go for who you can. The XQC, I'm not really familiar with who that one is. I guess I don't know if he's like in the Fortnite side of things or what. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of him particularly. And Amaranth, while I'm with you there, like I prefer her not to be on the streams, but if you're going to go after someone that can bring an audience, business decision probably makes sense to go after her. I personally don't see the appeal in her streams, but to each their own. So from a business point of view, if you're going to go after someone, it does make sense to go after her since as far as I know, I think she has the highest female viewership, or she's the female streamer with the highest viewership on Twitch. So it makes sense from a business standpoint to go for her. But the other guy, that XQC, like I said, I've never heard of him, so I don't know. Maybe it's a younger generation thing. Maybe he's got a lot of, like I said, the Fortnite kids and stuff like that watching. So maybe that $100 million was a good decision, but time will tell. It's definitely a good publicity stunt because there's so many articles being written about it. But that's why I was surprised when I went over there. I was like, okay, with all the articles I'm seeing about these, surely there's a good bit of people that have already made the jump to the platform, and there's just not. I mean, there's maybe like 150,000 people total viewers across the whole platform right now, which is not a great start for as much money as they just threw at it. There's a chunky pike. Might be at least a 4 kilo. Oh, there we go. 5.2 kilo. That's what I'm talking about. But I do want to, like, right now I back up my my streams to YouTube, and that's kind of all I use my YouTube channel for. At some point, I do want to start making some more curated, specifically recorded and edited for video content. So like maybe like some for Russian Fishing 4, for example, maybe do some guides on like real upgrades and stuff like that. Do some of those. Something I want to look into at some point. For me, like, I'm not even interested. Like, you know, I've got the Twitch affiliate, which is awesome. I'm glad to be there, and I'm glad for the support I get from people. But I'm not doing this for like I'm in a plenty good situation financially that I'm not trying to make streaming my a day job. I just want to try and grow an audience to have, because I have fun chatting with everybody on here and trying to get draw the art for new emote slots and stuff like that. So that's kind of my my goal at growing the channel, is just for that. I enjoy just relaxing and chatting with everybody. Yeah, exactly. Like if I can get to like the generally if I'm making money here on Twitch, it's going to be used to right now expand the equipment. Like I use the little bit I've got from the first month of affiliate, I use to pick up the camera and green screen. So, you know, if I can continue to grow the grow some coin on that, I can reinvest anything I get from this into the channel. That's all I really care about. Not here to turn it into a day job for sure. Just here to have fun with everyone. Yeah, and if it takes off, that's awesome. Like I said, if anything, I just love to receive more chatters to hang out with. Looks like the bite rate is slow again, unfortunately. Give it a couple more circles around here and see if we can't get another salmon, though. What do we got? Another pike? Yep. 1.6. Well, at least they're over a kilo and not all like 200-gram pike. Yeah, TikTok's another one that I guess that's just a generational thing. Like it was kind of the same with like Vines. I think were interesting in the comedian side, like where there's a lot of people that did those like 15-minute shorts on Vines for just like a good joke or something, which I thought was a good use for it. But otherwise, like these super short. So there was another one of those fish got away instantly things. It's got to be the lure wear and tear. So yeah, I don't know if you saw that. It was just like locked down and then nothing. Get up here, pike. Another 1.3. Looks like Tomcat's having FGAs today as well. Let him know I'm having the same issue. Chubby little perch. Yeah, that's been happening several times tonight, so it's weird. It's got to be the lure. Either that or just something janky's going on, but it's got. I'm thinking it's the lure damage. Yeah, so like the short form videos of like TikTok and stuff, I know if I did some, I could probably draw more people to the channel to chat with, but I just I don't know. It's definitely a generational thing where it's not as appealing to me, I guess. And also this kind of content, like for like RF4, for example, I guess I could try to be try to catch some clips of like if we get a good like fight with a fish or something, or when I pull a big one in, I could clip it and try to throw that onto YouTube Shorts, see if that draws some eyes. Might look into that. I got the main thing with that though is like there's that clip feature here on the on Twitch, but I don't know if there's a way for me to do a hotkey for that through the broadcasting studio I use. Because as it stands right now, I have to kind of like alt tab over to the browser window and set the clip, which is just very awkward to do. I need to look into that. What we got on line 2 here? Another pike? Yep. Mostly just pike tonight. But on the subject of amaranth, I will say a weird feature, or not feature, a weird fact. Last month, I had quite a handful of viewers for some reason from her channel, because one of the analytics Twitch provides is if someone is watching another streamer's channel and then clicks out of their channel onto your video, which is very odd because it has me wondering like what caused my channel to come up in recommended feeds for people watching Amaranth's stream. I guess people just want me to do a hot tub stream. That's all I can think of. All right, I'm going to do one more lap around and head towards the docks and wrap up today's trolling adventure. At least we got a couple salmon that should make it profitable, but nowhere near as much as last night's was. Got something on line 2 there. Yeah, last night was awesome. I had that. That's like a once a month situation in Volkov. .3 kilo pike. So I think after I explore Seversky and Sura, if I don't find those to be very profitable and it looks like I'm going to have to continue to rely on Volkov for profit, I need to plan to just go ahead and replace all these lures with some fresh ones, since that's the only thing I can think of that's causing these false hits and fish got away issues. So that's going to be fairly expensive. I do 2 of each color. That's going to be like 270-ish, 250 silver. Yeah, like 11%'s not bad, but maybe if it's like, I think the real mechanisms, I think, is one of the ones people say that after like 10%, it's basically dead. So it could be something along those lines where it's just got like a crazy exponential curve to it. No. See if we can't get anything on the way to the docks here. Now, maybe we'll get in luck. Last night, when I said that, that's when we got those 2 back-to-back huge salmon. So maybe history will repeat itself. Maybe we'll even be able to complete a cafe order with Pike for once. Hey. I've always been curious about those, like that location just popped up where there's those named locations and maps. I wonder if those are more important to the weighted fish tables than the actual coordinates. I've always been curious about that. Yeah, that's the thing with those cafe orders is like you're always like one fish short and like it's just not worth enough for me to go out there and try to find it. Unless it's like bleak and rough. Hey, there's a little 2 kilo pike. And got something else on line 2 here. Almost 2 kilo. No Ladoga salmon today at all, which is unfortunate. Rare to get a couple Atlantic salmon and no Ladoga. So yeah, bleak, I find the best way to get them is actually, got something on both lines again. Using flies on a telescopic rod is a really good way to get bleak. With the size 22 hook. Yeah, absolutely. Next time I'm at an area with bleak, I can definitely do that. Got here another kilo chub. But the flies are definitely the flies and the size 22 hook are the most important parts for fishing for bleak. The problem with it being flies is that because of that, flies are almost, hey, there, finally got a Ladoga salmon. As we're almost to the docks. Like, flies get sold out constantly in the small batches. So usually end up having to pay like 100 silver to get the batch that's like 300 flies, which on the plus side will last you a long time, but it's if you're going specifically for bleak orders, that's like 3 to 5 bleak orders you got to fill to make up the price of the flies. Yeah, exactly. You talk about the Ladoga and they'll show up they had to prove me wrong. That's what it was. They're like, nah, we still exist. Don't be bad mouthing us. Yeah, like when I was early on, I was doing so much of the 2 feeder rods, 1 telescopic rod setup that was sort of my go-to for winding rivulet and Oldberg, as I would go after rough at night on the 3rd rod and bleak during the day to fill those orders up. And then the other 2 would just be dedicated to carp. And typically, at least on Oldberg, wherever I'm fishing for carp, if I just throw the telescopic right in front of where I'm fishing, there's usually going to be bleak as long as I'm using flies there. So they're not very particular on location. If you can find an area that's got like a wooden dock or something like that, they tend to be a little more active in those areas. But you can find them just about anywhere. They're kind of like roach in that regard. Oh. Let me up there. Let me off this boat. All right, let's see what today's yield comes by. Yeah, if there's orders for them, it's might as well at least throw one rod out to it. All right, let's check the cafe first. Do we have? Nope. Oh, I might have this one. Okay, here we go. The one burbot we caught was worth it. All right, 22 silver for that. What an unexpected event. Otherwise, that burbot was probably only worth like maybe 2 silver. Okay, so first, let's see. The total is 245. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Plus that other, plus the cafe order, about 130 silver an hour. Actually, a little less than that, a little more than that because it wasn't quite 2 full hours. Let's see. Our big boy salmon was 53 silver. Our big boy pike was 30. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Didn't quite pull in enough to get the linear, I don't think. Let me double check that. I think it was like 480 or so. For as bad as the catch rate was overall, yeah, exactly. That salmon was a fifth of the entire haul. Burbot coming in clutch though. All right, bolo rods, linear. So this one is 455, which I'm almost to. What's the? So I think these are all the same weight capacity, 8.2. Yeah, they're all 8.1 kilo max load capacity. The difference is just the length in them, which I'm actually not sure how much of an effect, because like length really matters on telescopic rods. I don't know how much it's going to matter on a bolo setup though. I'm gonna have to research that a little bit because obviously with a telescopic rod, longer rod means you can cast further out, but when you're using a bolo with a reel, that shouldn't be a factor. Just to make sure, is there anything that's got a little higher load capacity than that that's cheap? Nope. And these are, I'm guessing, ultralights. Yeah. So it seems like going larger than 8.1 kilo is going to be very expensive. Let's go all the way up to one of these 1,000 silver rods. But I mean, 8.1, this is basically almost right on the money for the upgraded Adriatica. So I'll do some research and see if there's really a difference between having the 4 meter and the 7 meter rod length on that. That's over 50 silver difference. If it doesn't really matter, then might as well go for the cheaper one. But I will look into that, and then I guess tomorrow we'll finish getting what we need for the bolo rod, and then be ready to tackle Seversky. That said, we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's stream. Thanks for coming along as always. Everybody have a good night and some good fishing, and I will catch you all next time. Take it easy.